Hey y'all, it's your girl Barbie J here. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. Hey there everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, Sisters, Season 8, Episode 2, Tea Time. That's right, I don't know who had tea. Oh, you know what? Robin had tea on the last scene of the episode. That's about it. So I don't get this tea time title, but anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I thought it was a pretty good episode, even though there were people in the episode getting on my nerve, namely Andy, Tony, and Rich. I don't know. And you know what? I'm going to add Sabrina in there. And I'll tell y'all why later when we get to it. But before we get started, if you are new here or if you're returning here and have not subscribed to this channel as of yet, please take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it'll let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel. It'll also let you know when I'm going live, which is going to be tomorrow, Thursday, at what time, y'all? 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember that. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I ask that you smash that like button, the thumbs up button, write a comment, join the conversation, and share the video because sharing is caring. Now, this episode starts off how last week's episode ended with Robin running in there to save the day. Andy was about to do something stupid and tell Agent Watt what's up with everything. And Agent Watt is upset. He wants to know who Robin is. And Robin's like, I'm her legal counsel. And he's pissed because Robin stopped Andy from telling him some stuff that he was waiting to hear. But now somebody tell me why Andy would do something dumb like that. Why? Come on, y'all. You the prime suspect in this case. And you're going to start telling him stuff that he going to use against you. I keep telling y'all, she didn't deserve to be partner. She ain't the brightest bulb in the pack. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I can't even talk about this part because just her behavior is like, he said, step back or something like that. And she get back like she's so timid. You a partner in a law firm. You stand up and say, no, you don't tell me what to do. She didn't even do that. She had to step back and get this little wimpy little face, little, oh Robin, like look what he yelled at me, looking at Robin to see what Robin's gonna do. She just kind of flirt her little eyelids up. I said, oh, she making me sick, y'all. She making me sick. Sorry, anybody don't agree, I mean, it's your prerogative not to, but she didn't deserve that partnership, y'all. Come on, let's be real. But the part I like best in the scene was when Robin put Agent Watt in check when he said that we're leaving, and Agent Watt is like, she's not going anywhere. And Robin's like, so she hasn't been formally charged. Why? And he's like, because we're still getting together evidence. He said, yeah, exactly. So then Agent Watt gonna tell Robin to back the F off. And Robin told him, let's get one thing clear, Agent Watt. I was like, uh-oh. I know who you work for, and I'll golf with the people they work for. It'll take one phone call from me and the only thing, what was it? The only thing you'll be investigating is how your career went down the toilet so fast. I said, oh, snap. I was like, you better go ahead, Robin. I was cracking up. And so then they left, but he's upset because Andy messed up his whole investigation thing, with that when he was getting together all the facts and stuff to take down Gary. So with Andy flip-flopping, Agent Watt was like, he calling her nasty names and everything like that. And, Robin had to check him about that. You're not going to be calling my client names. He called all kind of stuff. I don't even want to repeat it because he pissed me off. Anyway, the next scene we have Hudson at the doctor's office. At the hospital, and the hospital's telling Hudson everything. Hudson ain't even a relative. They should have been looking for the fiance or whatever. But Hudson's so busy trying to put all the blame on her, on Andy, saying she probably did it. She's the gold digger. She's this. Why are you telling the doctor that? Why are you telling the doctor she did it? He's just a medical person. No, he's not the popo. Okay, check yourself, Hudson. Then we have Danny and Tony. Danny just wants some sex. She been in the precinct being interrogated all this time. She was smoking her pen. She was sick of it, the whole process. She just wanted to release some stress. Why Tony sitting there trying to play like he her damn therapist? He got on my last nerve. He the first person I said got on my nerve. Okay, and Andy got on my nerves. I'm sorry because she acting all timid and everything. You know, because when she found out let me go back to them. I'm sorry because when she found out that Gary is alive, she kind of got closer to him and said, "You a-hole, you made me believe that Gary was dead." And he's like, "Step back." And then she stepped back like a little puppy. I said, "Oh my goodness. That does not make a managing partner." That move did not. Anywho, let's go back to Danny and Tony. I'm sorry I had to throw that in there, y'all. But he was getting on my nerve. Give the woman the sex she wants. Why are you sitting there keep pushing her away and pushing her away? And no, but you went through this, and I'm thinking, what do you think you are? You in therapy yourself. Why do you think you gotta tell her something? She knows what she has to do. She's a grown behind woman. She wants sex. That's all. She wanted to release some stress. He got on my nerves with that. That's two people. Then we go to Hayden and Tamara. And she's coming in his house and letting him know that, hello, baby, I'm back. I'm sorry. But she was looking good. She was wearing a mess out of that lime green dress, got the new hair stretched down. I don't know why Hayden trying to act like it didn't bother him, but he know it did. He know he wanted some. He know he got excited when he saw her too. But let me tell y'all something. They going back and forth about stuff and arguing. He's talking about, oh, maybe she did it. We all know that she didn't even know Gary was getting married. So she didn't know where the wedding was or anything. So it couldn't have been Tamara. But Hayden's trying to say, oh, it could have been you because you knew he was marrying Andy and you was mad because he probably promised you this and that. But Gary never promised her that. That was what she wanted from him, but Gary never promised it. And then he said he saw the video on her phone and he made a copy, and she said she edited it with some editing software to make it look like he was beating on her. We don't know nothing about Gary being rough with her. If y'all know, put it down in the comment section, but I never heard that part before. So then she said, well, you got the main reason. You got the oldest reason in the book, jealousy, because you knew he was sleeping with me. So you went and stabbed him. He said, Biatch, you ain't even worth going to jail for. I was like, come on, Hayden, you know you was mad about that. You went out in your car and started crying and banging on the steering wheel. And when Gary said you should come to the wedding, you was heading that way. So stop it, Hayden. You know, she don't know you went there, but we do, Anyway, so then they both are talking and realize that they need each other. They know they need each other to cover for each other, I guess, and Hayden know that's what he needed her for, trying to act like he talking about she need him. You needed her more than she needed you, to be honest. So they made a pact to agree not to tell anything. They don't know nothing. They're not going to tell anything. So he's like, you want to shake on it? And she said she have a better idea. And she went down on him, gave him head. And then when the scene came back, she was laid out on the couch with no clothes on. He done changed his clothes and gone to work. But how is he going to work when he had a suitcase packed, y'all? Somebody tell me down in the comment section, didn't Hayden have a suitcase packed last week episode? Why all of a sudden now he in a suit and heading to work? Something is confusing to me. He was running. He know he was running. Anyhow, who we have next? Sabrina and Rich. Oh, boring. You know what? Rich trying to act like he cares so much about Sabrina and having a baby, and he really didn't care. His boys had to try to talk him into it. But it's so funny that he's holding Sabrina and he talking about having sex with her to release, for her to get it out of her head what she been through and everything, to relax her. She's the one that's saying she got to go to work. But your boy is over there stopping his woman from getting sex. You with your woman trying to get some sex. I said, what the hootie and the blowfish is going on here? So then Sabrina's telling him because she's at a certain stage in this process of trying to have a child that she can't have sex anyway. And then we learn that he's supposed to be having, going to a fertility clinic to have his boys checked. Isn't it going to be funny if he can't have no kids? he gonna go to the fertility clinic to see if he a good match or whatever to help her. But I thought somebody said she was gonna already be pregnant. I thought, or she was already pregnant. I don't know. But it's gonna be interesting when he goes to that clinic if they come up and say, dude, your men can't perform the way they need to. He can't have no kids. I was like, oh, that would be so funny if that happened. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I would crack up because he stopped her from having a baby with that other man who's his little army men were working really fine. His little sperm, you know. Anywho, then we have Karen and Pam. Pam was looking good. She came in with her new hair with the bangs and the little leggings with the holes in them and, you know, little diamond cuts all the way up the side and stuff. And she comes bearing food or something for Karen. She brings Karen some mint tea. She brings her like a favorite Danish from one of her favorite little delis or something, whatever it is. And she's a pastry shops, I should say pastry shop. So, and she's doing all of this and saying she just want to be helpful and la 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 la. The truth is, she just wanted to know the dirt. She wanted to know what happened to Gary at the wedding because they saying on the news that some angry bridesmaids came in here and did this and that. She said, that's what you only reason you here, you know. So Karen wasn't trying to give her no information. So Pam threatened to take the doggone Danish away or whatever. And she was like, okay, but I'll tell you afterwards. But then she told her to, you know, clean up them boxes. She made a mistake and sent it to her house when it has to go to the shop. And can you take it and all of this stuff. You know, and Pam was like, I don't want to do all of that. She said, I thought you were supposed to help. So she decided she was going to help her. So after Pam finished helping her, Karen asked her, can she open up the salon for her, you know, because she's, you know, she got to get herself together. She's been in the precinct all morning, blah, 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 that she'll be there. And Pam's like, okay, fine. Oh, and by the way, Miss Marie Ellis said she wanted to see that business plan. And she said, well, did you do one? Karen's asking her. She said, well, I just planned to make a lot of money. That's my business plan. And she's like, oh, no, no, no. So Karen explains to her what a business plan is and what it's used for and why she needs one. So she says she'll start it off for her, but then Pam has to fill in all the other stuff and blah, 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 blah. And she told Pam that when you do this business plan and get it out there, there's a lot of businesses, you know, free money out there for Black women who want to start their own business. And Pam's like, free money? She said, then maybe I will be doing this business plan, you know, especially when it's some free money. So Pam was down for it, told Karen she'll meet her at the salon. Then back to Danny and Tony. Danny had to finally put Tony in check and let him know how she felt. You know, she's trying to let him know, I understand you trying to help me. And he's like apologizing. I know I overstepped my bounds and I'm so sorry, because one of the things he said to her is like, maybe you need to set up an appointment to go see Creisha. She know what she need to do. She is a grown woman. She know what she have to do. You know what I mean? And so she's showing him something that Creisha told him. And she tells how he made her feel when he did that, or how he made her feel when he said that. And he was like, I was just trying to look out and I had your back and all this stuff. And then she let him know again, when your woman says she wants some sex, why do not stop her? Just give it to her. Just give it to her. Why are you trying to stop her to talk? I already know what I've been through all day. And that was not what I needed. He's like, I'm sorry, I overstepped. And you know, he made her breakfast to try to make it. He made her some waffles and all of this stuff. She was like, what are you doing? He was like, I just want to apologize again. And he knows waffles will, you know, help him because she loves waffles or whatever it is. So he made it a breakfast and then he left. But I was with her. He pissed me off. He really, really did. Now, here's the part where Rich pissed me off. And Sabrina. Those two pissed me off because he's about to leave. She has to go to work. So he's leaving. And he's got to get ready, like I said, for his, get his little soldiers checked or whatever to see if he's a match and could help Sabrina have this baby. And he's blaming Andy. He don't want her at work. He tells Sabrina he don't want her at work all day worrying about this thing with Andy. She's a big girl. She can handle it herself and stuff. And she's like, that's my friend. You know what I mean? But he's blaming her for Gary's death because they still think he's deaf. And my man, Jordan is up there losing his mind and she's up there marrying him and all this. And Sabrina is like, yeah, well, I don't think Andy really would do that. Now, she barely is defending Andy, who she's known since college. Andy, who put up her money to get Sabrina out of jail. That Andy, she's barely defending her against Rich. But when Bio, as rich as he is, the rich African, when he said something about Maurice, Sabrina went off. Sabrina went off and didn't want to have nothing to do with him no more. Maurice is the one who got you put in the jail. Maurice is the one who has so much mouth and was being sarcastic and everything else and got you in the situation y'all are in with the bank and everything else. But you defended him against the billionaire. But you sitting there letting Rich say whatever about Andy, you make me sick, Sabrina. I'm sorry. And Rich is making me sick because you don't know Andy like that. You don't know the whole story. And all you know is that your boy is upset. But come on. He's a big boy. He could handle it. Why are you all up in his business? Hello. I just want y'all to know. Y'all put it down in the comment section how y'all feel about that. But those 4 people got on my last daggone nerve in this episode. So then we had the scene with Zach and Fatima, and Zach had them put together that who killed Gary suspect board. But then later he learns that Gary was still alive. So Fatima told him it should say who tried to kill Gary. So he's like, dang, he's alive. And so they're talking and they're realizing that they have to make sure that they're clean, like they are not responsible for killing it. But then Zach made a comment like, if I did it, I wouldn't tell you, or something like that. I'm like, boy, stop playing around. Y'all need to get that suspect board straightened out. But Fatima really liked the boy. She said he did a good job with it, But then when he found out, what's funny is when Zach found out that Gary wasn't dead, he said, yeah, he's too evil to die. And I started laughing because isn't it funny? The mean people and nasty people and evil people, they seem to live forever and the good die young, which is so sad. Good always die young. I thought it was cute that he wanted to name them. Zach was enjoying that the both of them were working together on this chart. And he's like, we should get ourselves a name. How about Taylor and Wilson? And then she's like, Wilson and Taylor sound better. And then he said, how about Taylor and Taylor Investigations, or whatever it was, because she's going to have the same last name. And she said, I kind of like the way Fatima Taylor rings, So she was like, okay. But then she was telling him she had to leave and go to work. But I saw toys around or something. Y'all noticed there was toys around, but we still don't know where little Mikey is. Where's Mikey? Did they mention him? Because I kind of missed it. I don't know. If they mentioned Michael, put it down in the comment section. He did say something about being a stay-home dad. He did mention that. But still, Michael's name wasn't mentioned, but there was toys around. And so the episode ends with Andy and Robin. He wants to know why Andy is so terrified to tell everyone, including himself, the truth about why she was about to marry Gary. Because he was trying to do small talk with her. He was letting her know he's going to make himself some tea. He knows his way around the kitchen. She's looking at him. And he said something about her being amazing. And she's he said congratulations about the managing partner. And then she told him about Miss Marie Willis. And he said, yeah, you're amazing. And he's looking at her. He said, attorney, you're an amazing attorney. And, and she's looking at him. And then she's talking about she better go see Jordan. He's telling her, do not go see Jordan. She's like, you can't tell me what to do. He's like, as your legal counsel, I am telling you not to go see Jordan. You need to go see your husband, your fiance in the hospital. She was like, why? He said, you're being watched. She said, who says I'm being watched? I said, this is just why she don't deserve to be a managing director, y'all. The way she was acting when he's giving her this important legal advice, I don't get why Andy doesn't understand. But before all of that, she was asking him how he knew that she was there. And he said a contact there at the place that one of his attorneys was being interrogated. And he happened to be in town because he heard of Leland dying, so he came back and all of this stuff. He had an excuse for everything why he was there. But I'm still back on the fact that she's not understanding the advice that he's giving her. She said, with you being a prime suspect, you need to show you're being a grieving wife and start grieving over that man. Else it's going to look bad if they catch you, a reporter, at your boyfriend's house, your ex's house. She said, well, you're my ex. And he starts smiling and stuff. But yeah, but now he's your legal counsel. You know what I mean? So anyway, as they were talking, and Andy was being a little flirty, if you ask me, all of a sudden you hear all this noise coming off the elevator. How is it they could come up in the building when I thought everybody had to be announced to go up on the penthouse? But anyway, she hears them and she stands up and her back is to the elevator and she straightens her clothes. And Robin was just chilling on the countertop, like talking to her. So he stands up, was drinking her tea, and they like, oh, what he's doing there? And they like, hello, Andy. And Andy finally turns around. I'm like, you hit him off the elevator. They all standing behind you, and you still got your back to them. And then she turns around like, you look guilty like you're doing something, girl. So they was like, you want to explain? What's he doing here? And you know, Danny smiling like, oh, shooky. And Robin smirks and he drinks his tea. So anyway, that's the way this episode ended. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all thought about this episode. And please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.